of Assembly, the few of them that made it to House of Reps. All right, so I believe very, very strongly that young people are ready. However, the concern that I have is young people turning out to vote. Collective, in the last 2 election cycles, decisions like that, and quite a number of them have registered in Abuja and said there are a lot of cards at the secretariat, uncollected. And we have that. So if you go to different local governments, you have a lot of cards uncollected. So for us to actually be the game changer in the next election cycle, we must collect these cards. And not just to collect the cards, we must go out and cast our ballot for our preferred candidates. That is the only way we can.
He's talking about cards, not beer cards.
This is one of the reasons why we appreciate the I Pledge to Vote initiative, because it's a forum to enlighten and push the young ones to go out, get their cards. The minute you say that INEC will stop the distribution of PVCs today, check INEC offices. You would see the turnout. But now that the cards distribution is ongoing, you see a low, you get a low. We have extended severe exercise. All of a sudden, the numbers that came out to register dropped drastically. Let's say an average of 400 people who turn out every day when the process was on. The minute INEC said we are stopping or we've extended the registration time, we got less than 50 in a day, from 400 to 50. After the first 2 weeks, INEC said 31st of July, we are stopping it, and that's final. Then we now had another upsurge. That's exactly the same thing that will happen when INEC says we are stopping distribution of PVCs on so day. It's a Nigerian problem, and we are still looking for the best way to solve this problem. That's why we try as much as possible to engage in any means possible. We said, fine, so long as you help us reach out to the people, sensitize the people. In fact, recently we've been considering trying and pick up. I tell a lot of people, if you wait till the last day, or when you hear INEC is stopping the distribution of this card, it would only be for people who have muscles who would be ready to fight to get these things. So we take advantage of forums like this to say, please, try as possible to go and get your card. Don't let any excuse you from taking advantage of these opportunities.
I'm just wondering if, for example, my mom and I registered on the same day, and for some reason she's unable to go herself to pick up the card when I want to pick mine up. Can I pick up my mom's card?
Well, unfortunately, the commission has not given room for you to pick by proxy. You cannot pick for somebody. And in fact, it's to this end that the commission decided to use the BVAS machine in the distribution of PVCs so that there will be proper accountability of who picks whose card. So in the situation of you going to pick your card, in fact, the process is more like doing a fresh registration, because INEC wants to be accountable for who collected whose cards. The norm of previous times where you can go and collect the card of a whole community or a whole voting point because you know who, you know this, they say I'll go and distribute it. That's why a lot of cards
can get it for them. And that isn't, as he's saying, that is not going to happen. Doesn't that pose a challenge though?
No, at all. That's not a challenge. Why? INEC is always acting according to the extant rules and regulations that we have. So if we decide, in time past, as he has said, we had people coming to collect a whole polling unit cards. And at the end of the day, you find out that the owners of this card will still show up and said, I am coming for my card. And once he said, oh, so person came and collect for the whole unit, he said, no, I don't know about the person. And you cannot hold that person, the person that collected that card, responsible because you were just careless by doing that. The law says you come and get your card. The same way you did not register by proxy, the same way you should come and get your card by yourself, not sending somebody, so that the commission will be able to say, oh, when anything goes wrong, of course, we'll be held responsible. So it is now our duty to say, no, we are not giving. So it is not a challenge. At least we'll have a whole lot of time to spay out. We have started the distribution of cards now till whenever the commission decides to stop. So we have even if you're not in the country, if you're ready to take part in the 2023 election, you will be back by then. So you get your card yourself.
Mr. Fred, on the whole, you've heard everything that has been said. How prepared do you think we are for the next elections?
I would say we are. Just a few concerns here and there. We have insecurity challenges in some part of the country. And so we're trusting that the security agencies will be up and doing, because if those places, if the insecurity issues, they are not resolved, it will be difficult for, for the exercise to run in those places. The other one is, which we are hoping in the next couple of election cycles that we'll be able to also do, is to improve, our elections like the Kenyans, and have diaspora Nigerians also give them room to be able to also participate, because we have quite a lot of Nigerians outside the country. So, but in terms of preparedness, I would say that we've tried, but we still have a lot to do between now and then, especially in the area of sensitization and getting people to collect their cards and also come out and vote on the election day. And let me quickly add this. We have this culture in Nigeria where it's as if the only office we are voting for is the presidency. It's not just the president that is running the country. We have other offices as well, and they are equally important. From the governorship elections to the National Assembly elections to House of Reps, House of Assembly. So all of these are very, very important. And I think at this point, we need to look at our elections beyond the big positions like the office of the president to even the local ones as well.
Let me continue with what you... Anyway, you said you're talking about sensitization and the offices that they'll be voting for. There are people who want a particular candidate for president. They want another one for governorship. Different parties, and a different one for House of Assembly. Do you think that people are enlightened enough to make those decisions, that they go to the polling unit and they say, okay, for this one I'm going to be voting APC, the next one PDP? Do you think that people are that enlightened?
I would say it's actually the work of the political parties, actually, because if you are a candidate and you are running for election, because currently our ballot papers have the logos of the parties, not the faces of the candidates. And that is another conversation that we are also having, that hopefully we'll have a new ballot arrangement, that would carry the faces and the names of the candidates. So that way, it's easier, because I know the face I want to elect, because this person has spoken to me, and I'm convinced that this person will do well as governor, even though I want to vote for another party, for presidency, so that's when it will help. But for now, the parties have work to do. So they are the ones to actually, talk to the people, about, how to vote for them. But for now, there's that little problem there. But people are free, all right, to cast their vote for their preferred candidates. So all you have to do is just to be aware, to say, okay, Mr. A is running for Senate, but he's in this party A. And then Mr. B is running for governorship, but he's in party C. So you then have to go to the ballot with that consciousness that for Senate, I am voting for party A. For governorship, I'm voting for party B. All right? And I think it's important for us to also add that as part of the sensitization that we need to do for the people, so that they won't just go into the ballot and just vote blindly.
Okay, a question for INEC. Either one of you can answer. Do you think that you've done enough sensitization so that people know that even when they go to vote, those votes count? That they're not voided, right?
Yes. We are still on it. As he has said, we engage in radio programs. We call the youths, the women, different groups of people to sensitize them, to tell them what actually they're supposed to do. The commission is still on it. We'll do it. In fact, we have different avenues where we call for even the traditional rulers. We have meetings with them. We call the market women. We call different organizations trying to at least sensitize and make sure the message goes to the grassroots. They get back to their people to tell them what to do.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're going to open up for the audience, the participants, to ask their questions. I'm sure they have, they have lots of questions. Okay. Okay, we'll start with you. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Okay, so my name is Thompson. I'm from Kosho. Is the attitude of INEC staffs. Okay, so I should believe you're having trainings and retrainings for your staff to attend to most of your staffs. And then creations of collections, of both registrations and collections of these cards. So I don't know if there is need, like some countries like Estonia, UK, India, and the rest of it. So that's my questions.
Well, let me respond to that. Famously, those people coming from Bakassi to main gates to register or to get their cards, well, the PVCs are sent to, they will leave Bakassi to come to Calabar municipality. So I don't see how you'd have to start looking for how to travel from Bakassi to Calabar municipality to vote. So their voting points, there were registration points at all INEC offices in the state. And we have 18 local governments, so we had registration points at all 18 local governments. The commission also considered and made rotational machines so as to get closer to the people, to the wards and all those places. So maybe the person, I want to believe that the person or the people came for business in Calabar and saw that maybe they could register at once.
Okay, so the other question was, what else can the card be used for other than just voting?
Well, the INEC made the cards precisely for voting. That's why, if you look at it, it's meant to be used once in 4 years. So you're not supposed to carry it about. But fortunately or fortunately, the banks are helping us to make this process possible, you know, making people to get registered by considering it as a means of identification. So there are a lot of people who naturally would not have been interested were mandated to go and register, helping INEC directly or indirectly. So the commission is looking at the near future where you don't need to use the cards for voting.
For anything?
For voting is a consideration in the near future. Why? Because the security information has been transferred from the PVC into the BVAS. Your security information, unlike in 2015, 2019, all you need to do, you take your card to the smart card reader and they swipe it and your information pops up. But now, you go, the card gives you an access to the polling unit. It gives you the access to the polling unit. So when you go there, you give your information, they look at the card, they verify from the register, and then they pull out your information from the BVAS, use the BVAS for authentication and accreditation. Now, during the authentication and accreditation process, you're supposed to use both your thumbprint. If your thumbprint fails, they use your face to scan. So these are security measures the Commission has considered to help reduce the process of rigging.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll take one from this side. We'll come back this way. We'll take one from there.
Okay, please, before I pass the mic, I'm also in Nigeria, and so let me ask my question. All right, so my question is this. During the registration period, there's this friend of mine who was very active in calling out people to go get their PVCs and all of that. Only for, after the registration window closed, to go online on the INEC portal to verify his own PVC that he had years back. even before the last general elections. And then the information on the portal is that his information is not on the portal. That means he's not registered. My question is, what is his fate?
Well, unfortunately, the portal had been open all along. And INEC consistently encouraged people to verify their information from the portal. So if he didn't verify during the period where registration was open, it's unfortunate. There's nothing the commission can do at the moment. He should have verified when the registration process was ongoing. And seeing that his information is not on the portal, he should have gone to re-register. A lot of people did double registrations, and the commission wiped a lot of them when the office was run.
Okay. We'll take the question from him.
Yeah, good day. My question is, I from the Riverline area. Like when we were talking about the beaver, sir, you understand that in Umon Island, where I come from, it's a difficult terrain, whereby a speedboat will be on the water up to 1 hour or thereabout. And there are other communities around that are also a voting point. In this situation, if this beaver failed and your technical office in Otama, whereby you can join a speedboat not up to more than 1 hour to get to Umon Island, how can this situation manage? Number one. Two, in your distribution of cards, INEC went to Umon Island to register. With INEC not equally made provision for this distribution of cards, because to pay transport from Umon Island down to Biase local government, it take you, go and come back, it will take you up to 6,000 naira just to collect a PVC. Can INEC not make a provision for their staff to carry this card down to the people and give it to them? Thank you.
You want to take that?
Okay. First of all, you talked about the technical personnel. He rightly said, we make provision as we're doing with the SPO. We consider all the difficult terrains. That we know. At least this is not the first time we're having an election in Umon Island. As we get even our materials and the personnel closer to the people. You can bear me witness, we have what we call racks there now. The same way we have the racks so that you can get access to your material is the same way we must have a technical person. We know, in fact, our resident electoral commissioner, as he resumed office, is trying to go around to study the terrain. Not only him, even the electoral officers, they make reports. They will tell him where it's difficult. So definitely, I want to assure you that there will be a technical person at the staff. You know, it is a commission. We're in this business together with the stakeholders. What I want to tell you, for now, we are doing distribution of cards. In due course, before now, INEC used to send, at a point, we would send it even low to the, I think, the ward level. We used to do that. So we're still expecting the commission is going to make sure that everybody, it is not, we cannot intentionally disenfranchise people. So with time, let's say the commission will come down to the ward level so that every individual will have their card. But for now, we try to encourage people to go to where it is being distributed to collect it. Thank you.
Okay, can we give the gentleman a mic, please?
Okay, my name is Kennedy Nsan. I'm a student of politics, so I'm glad that I'm here and I've learned, from all the panelists. I have a few questions I want to ask and maybe make some observations. The first one is with respect to collection of cards. My thinking here is that the question, I think someone had asked the question earlier, how can INEC ensure that cards are collected? My take really is that, can INEC, for example, begin to send text messages whenever cards are ready to alert voters on the need to come collect their cards. I had a voter card in the previous elections. But while I was traveling somewhere around Onitsha, my pocket was picked and I lost it. And I had to travel all the way from Lagos to come down to my town in Ikom to do the registration. As I speak with you, I don't know if the card is ready. If I knew that the card is ready, I would just leave from here, from Calabar, since I'm in town now, to go get the card. But that information is not available to me. Is it possible for INEC, to communicate more? I don't know if it's possible for INEC to partner with the network providers to ensure that, they get maybe free text messages, and the likes, to be able to reach out more to the electorates, and stuff. So that's the first one. The second one is, even phone calls. I know that in the US, for example, and I get those kind of calls from 605 or something, where, there's an automated phone message or voice message that just pops up that calls your phone, and then when you pick up, they go by telling you certain information and all of that. Can INEC also adopt those kind of strategies? The idea is to get Nigerians to participate in the electoral process. So whatever means that is available that INEC can adopt, I think would encourage more voter participation and then improve our elections generally. The next one is, I saw a video where a certain activist, Ugo Chinyere, alleged that, in Imo State, for example, where they had the pivot of their investigation, the governor of Imo State has alleged in his village, has inflated the number of registered voters, in his polling unit and in his community and in his ward. And he stated he brought proofs of some of those registration details. Some, in fact, because the biometric was not properly covered, you had a situation where the pictures that were used in such registrations were pictures of dead people, obituary pictures and all of that. Why was it possible for INEC processes to be this compromised by politicians? And what is INEC doing to ensure that, its register, its electoral register is cleaned up, and not allowed, and that it does not allow politicians to manipulate the electoral process?
Okay,
The
thank
last
you.
one. The last one, is why is it impossible for example, I saw ballot papers from Kenya, Ghana, smaller countries in Africa where you have, the faces of those who are running for elections. Because the question has been that, and especially now that, everybody is more or less concerned with the presidential elections. Is it possible for us to, as a big country like Nigeria, far bigger than Ghana and all the countries in West Africa, where, the Electoral Commission has already adopted in their ballot papers the pictures of candidates, in the ballot papers. This way, if I'm voting for example, I'm voting for Labour Party in the presidential election, and I decide that in the governorship election I'm going to vote PDP, I should be able to, especially because voter awareness or illiteracy rates generally is very high in Nigeria. Is it possible for INEC to intensify these processes and ensure that, the illiterate, the majority of Nigerians who are illiterate are able to identify their candidates' pictures in the ballot paper so that to improve, the credibility of elections and ensure that the right people are voted into office? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. INEC, you want to take that? Anything you'd like to say?
Okay. Foremostly, let me start from the last question. That can pictures be? It's actually in fact, there are some civil society organizations who are advocating for that, and the commission naturally does things only being backed by the law. So I'm thinking that it may or it may not, since it's not actually stated in the Electoral Act that has just been amended. So I don't know if the pictures, it's a proposal that even the civil society organizations are clamoring for. So I don't know if the commission at the topmost top will consider it. So for that. And then the next question was...
He reiterated some points, but thank you.
No, and very soon some of our heads of department are right down in Edo State where they're having a workshop. And I believe I'll do a text after now, and to my HOD to advocate, if it can be done. Thank you for the point.
To send bulk SMS.
To send bulk SMS.
All right. Those are all the questions we can take for this session. Sorry, the next session we'll ask. Just keep those questions. We'll ask again. We'll ask them. Thank you. But before we go, Mr. Fred, what would you like? Closing remarks, very quickly.
My closing remarks would be, again, an appeal to everybody in this room. What we have come here to do is to pledge, to vote. It's very, very important. It cannot be overemphasized why we should go out there and vote. What has been happening over the years is that we've been allowing a very small percentage of the population to elect leaders who get to lead us over a period of 4-8 years. And you may not like the leaders. You may not like the consequences of their choices. But what you have done is that you have given your power away to someone else to decide who your leader would be. And so I want to just appeal to everybody here, and let's take this message out. If we can get a good turnout, our democratic processes will be strengthened. The low turnout in elections is not doing us any good at all. And so I want to encourage everybody, as we have come to pledge to vote, let's keep to that pledge and also take the message out. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Ikeme?
I pledge to vote, but you cannot vote without your PVC. We have over 90,000 PVCs lying down in our different LGA offices, uncollected. I'll please encourage the youths here. Take the message back home. Encourage your friends, your neighbors to go get their PVCs so that you can actually vote. Thank you.
Mr. Godwin.
I like to start by addressing one of the questions he made mention about, which is the CUPP statement about those
Yes, people that were dead, yeah.
Yes. Now, let me say that during the registration process, there was room for people who didn't have biometrics. So there's a tendency that they may have used that option to do what they did. But let me let you understand that the commission will do something we call voter cleanup, register cleanup.
It's ongoing.
And it's ongoing at the moment. Now, during the cleanup process, those places, those registrations without biometrics flags red. It will flag red and it draws attention to it. Now, if the commission or the people, the analysts, goes in there to look at why is it flagging red and notice there are no biometrics, they'll definitely see those pictures. And seeing the picture, you will definitely know that there was business here. So there's a tendency that those registrations will be wiped off. So that's why the commission came to state again that the process of register cleanup was ongoing, and those things will be correct. That's not the final register that INEC will use. So bear in mind that a lot is going on in the background of the commission so that what ought to be done will be done. I like to end by saying if we have an average of say 200 people in this hall. 200 people in this hall averagely knows not less than 20, 30 people. So we are the message drivers. If you now go to your family members and say, look, business as usual, let's leave it aside. It's time to take up this responsibility of electing the leaders that will drive this country, and the economy affects each and every one of us, positively or negatively. So it's our responsibility and our duty to ensure that this country goes forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please, can we put our hands together for our panelists as we round up? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everybody. For those of you who have questions, you can send your questions to me. You can give them to me, and we'll put them on the site and get them to the Run to Win site, because you can continue the discussion there. So if you have any questions, you can just give me your questions. We'll send them there, and then you'll get answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Angela and Yang. Thank you very much, members of the panel. Thank you. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's quickly do a wrap of this section by going through this video together. Take a look.
They already know who will win. Oh, it's the same people. Our votes do not count.
A lot of us are not happy.
But friend, if your votes do not count, then why do they lobby for our votes?
They can't fool us. We are tired. People are raising their voice.
Why do you think they spend millions upon billions begging us to vote for them?
We're asking for basic human needs.
Are we going to declare defeat even before entering battle?
Too many people have suffered, too many people have died at the hands of those who were meant to be protecting them.
The same way we are clamoring for a fresh start is the same way some people are desperate to maintain the status quo. Are we going to remain at home, at our workplaces, just lamenting, and everyone is saying, oh, we are tired? Why don't we get up and be part of the work, be part of the struggle?
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's have our phones out now. We want to give out recharge cards. But I'm going to restrict those wearing green because terms and conditions apply. So for those of you wearing green, you are in-house. Oh, everybody? Okay. Okay. Ivy, should everybody run with this? Okay, I think we have the video now of the keynote address, right? Okay, so do we have that? Media, do we have the keynote address ready? Could we hook up with him now? So still get your phones ready. So could we get the is it no push recharge card? Let's see if we can bring on Suki live to give his keynote address.
How clearly you can hear me, and I apologize for my inability to attend in person. I'm currently out of Cross River State, attending to some meetings, and I'm in transit. I think I got caught at a bad time. Important occasion. My name is Asukwekweyo. I'm the APC senatorial candidate for Cross River South. It's an opportunity. I would say
No, just hang on a little bit. Let's get that keynote address, okay? So get your phones, if they're not properly charged, get them charged. We have plenty cards to give out this afternoon, okay? Okay. So in just a matter of some seconds, we would be bringing him back. Okay. Okay, so I think let's go with the recharge card once we are able to. Hang on first now. You hear the network. Okay, so let's start with Glow. Do we have Glow users in the house? Do we have Glow users? Okay, hang on. Listen attentively. So if we don't have, can I drop that one? Do we have Glow users? Okay, so let's go. Glow. I'll read very fast, okay? And the fastest finger will get that. Are we ready? Glow, are you ready? 3, 0, 6, 9, 2, 7, 9, 1, 9, 3, 3, 8, 6, 0, 6. Any lucky one? Who got it? Okay, fine. Please just wave. Okay, just wave. Can you just stand and wave? Someone has gotten it. Okay, Glow. Thank you very much. Let's go to the next network. Okay, Airtel. Do we have Airtel users here? I should go ahead. Listen attentively. 1, 3, 4, 4, 2, 7, 1, 2, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8. Who is a lucky winner? Airtel. Oh, someone got it there. Can you just wave now? Let's see you again. And it just shout hallelujah. Okay, so which one should we go to now? MTN. Are you ready for MTN? Let's do 9 mobile. Do we have 9 mobile users in the house? Are they here? Are you ready? I'm very sure network will jam by the time I call MTN because a whole lot of them are here. 9 mobile, are you ready? 6, 1, 8, 9, 3, 5, 2, 0, 8, 3, 0, 5, 9, 9, 2. Who is the lucky one? Okay, let's see now. Just wave now. Just wave. Let's see you. Congratulations. So, okay, let's go. MTN now, finally. MTN users, I think, are they here? Are you sure? Now, if you're ready to take this one, say, I pledge to vote. No, that's too low for the recharge card. Say, I pledge to vote. Are you ready? Let's go. 9, 5, 7, 9, 7, 4, 7, 4, 0, 4, 8, 9, 7, 7, 4, 4, 1. Who is the lucky winner? Who is the lucky one? Let me see you. Okay, someone has got it. A lady this time. Honey, just stand up and wave now. Come on. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pause right now. We still have some more cards to give out. But congratulations to the 4 that I've received so far. I'm going to pause now and get someone who is going to crack our ribs before we have the final panel session. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the correct FM superstars. Make some noise as we bring to the microphone Ayo, the talk active. Put your hands together for him. Come on. Let's celebrate him.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mona and Samuel, no be maybe the problem for this country. All of us do the same mistake 2015. Now keep us for the standing senators to be, intending SCG governments to be. Good lecturers, I'll hustle now. Do we have lecturers in the house? Lecturers, how on a day? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ayo the Talkative, the best graduating student, University of Calabar, from the Department of Banking and Surgery. Too many chance, we know what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I keep telling people that this country, no be, will be our problem. Do you know the problem of this country? When I know the Wahala, we have bad leaders in this country. Ask me why. Why be say person will go school? Now be more answer me now. Person will no go school, now be president. Person will can't go school, now be. This same country, to apply for a job, you need to have BSc, 4 years working experience. As you check alone, how many years working experience? But for you to be a president, you need SSCE, where some of them no get. Why? Now look at your neighbor, I'm not to tell him, say neighbor. Say neighbor. Look at your neighbor, if na aspirant sit down beside you, look am now, because if you don't see him again, no. Look am now, say neighbor. If your neighbor is fine, tell him, say neighbor, you are the light of the world. If your neighbor is dark like this cameraman, tell him, say neighbor. Ogana Joko, man, see my video later. Tell him, say neighbor, darkness could not comprehend it not. Mama, you say waiting. All these lecturers where they drive boats nowadays, our students no be lecturers now. Una dey Uber, boat. Hold yourself, fool. Now, if your neighbor is fat like me, tell him, say neighbor. Say neighbor, occupy till I come. Now if your neighbor is slim, like DJ Power, tell him, I say neighbor, dry bones shall rise again. Power, no off my mic, I beg you, please. Now ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. I think my colleague did this already. We want to know how many people there here. I know say not only Crossivarians there here. We have Yorubas, we have Igbo, we have Chinese. So let's greet each other in our different dialects. How do we greet in Ejagam? Let's get to Ejagam first of all. How do we greet in Ejagam? Okay. Wait, now Mo will know. Talk to me directly. Answer.
Ajobeto.
Ajobeto. Ajobe. I don't let language small. How do you greet in Yako? Call you Yako. Okay, you Yako, you Ejagam. Where are you from? Okay, not be you. Okay, Mama, where are you from? Lecturer. You don't. How do they greet for Yako now? Quick one about Yako. Aploka. What did they answer? Hey, yeah. Now, so now they cry for that place. Aploka. Hey, yeah. All the people there. Alaga. Alagabi. Alauso. Alauka. Oh, now they Alaga. I don't know who's not Alaga for that place. Oh, Igbo people there. Igbo Kwenu. Kwenu. No. Anyway, we go, no see people leave that place. Now, Igbo people, now they help us for this country. Igbo people, if you go, you know see Igbo leave that place. You know people there, yeah? I saw my colleague there. Ekaso, Ekubado, Ekushe. Where are you? That guy not come out. Okay, let me go and talk to my Yoruba. That is it. Ekaso, báwo ni sir? Ekubado. I know that I know from Yoruba, but I want to shock my enemies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I tell people say nowadays, now we dey worship God. Back then, we do question and answer. Do you agree with me? Nowadays, worship song we dey hear for church. Now, straight to the point. Back then, we dey do question and answer. My proof given now. My proof. Now, you go to church, you hear. Power, do you have any gospel music? Can I say you na secular DJ you do? Power na joko in case. When I know this one, I do. DJ, some people don't know this one. You are great, yes you are. You got that one? You are great, yes you are. Because some people don't know this one. You don't know that spirit. Every foul spirit will cast them by. You are great, yes you are. Now that one to find DJ. No, I just prove giving. I don't come up for your time, maybe. Paul, are you the wait for? If this joke not funny, now you call some more.
One of my favorite songs.
Well, I know this one, Abby.
Beyond Me.
Did you guys know this one?
Beyond Me.
Power. Listen, for church, you go need to make choir enter spirits. Before congregation will follow into the spirit as well.
You looked past my sin, my guilt, my shame.
Oh, Jesus.
All your love. You looked beyond me, oh.
You wanna sing along with me now?
You looked beyond me, oh.
You
looked past my sin, my guilt, my shame.
Some people don't know this song, oh Jesus. You look beyond me, oh. DJ Killer.
You look beyond
Kill
me,
DJ.
oh.
DJ Kill it. Now, when you go to 90s and 80s, the kind of song you hear, what shall we do today? My brother, are you a winner? Now you go please say question no again. You go hear this kind of song. Will you be ready when the Lord shall come? Answer. Now the one where they shock me be say, we now we say question no day. The last one we go here now, children of God, children of God, will you shout hallelujah? Shout hallelujah. The last one now be say, this one, even if you don't answer the question, you must answer them. Since I was born, now I am getting old. I have never seen the Lord change. Brother, sister, have you seen? That's my time. Thank you very much. My name is Ayo the Talkative.
Very much. Please put your hands together for Ayo the Talkative. Thank you. Ayo, can I keep your wallet? Get our phones. So, which one should I start with? MTN? No, you have to leave that one has crowd. That one has plenty crowd. MTN has crowd. So we leave it for the last before it will block network for everybody. Are you ready? So I'm going to start with, I'm wearing glasses. I'm still finding it difficult to see this one. I should move it back. Okay. Let me start with Glow. Glow again. Yes, they are users here. Do we have Glow subscribers here? Okay. Okay, so let's go. Are you ready? Glow, are you ready? Glow. Who's got it? That same person. My brother, stand up and wave now. Only you. Only you. Go now. Okay, so are you ready? Are we ready? Yeah. Fine. 1, 0, 5, 9, 8, 7, 0, 8, 3, 4, 4, 7, 8, 0, 9, 8. Airtel. Who is the lucky winner this time? Someone asked. Okay, please, can you just wave? Okay, okay, fine, good. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. First, let me hear you say MTN. If you want MTN, say I pledge to vote. Let's do 9 mobile. So let's do 9 mobile now. Okay, so 9 mobile users, are they here? Okay, so let's go. Are you ready? Should I run? 3, 8, 6, 6, 1, 8, 9, 4, 2, 8, 2, 7, 3, 8, 9. Who's there? Okay, we have a guy here. Okay, congratulations. Congratulations. Are we ready for MTN now? Okay. If you're ready, I am ready. Man, the place is so quiet. We'll keep this MTN until after the event. Should we keep it till after the event? You want it now? If you want it now, let me see your hand. Say, I pledge to vote. Go back to your phones. I'm reading it right now. Go back to your phones. Are you ready? 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 4, 3, 9, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 0, 7, 1, 8. Who's there? Okay, congratulations. We have a hand there. Okay, we have a hand there. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for all of you. Thank you very much. Okay, do we have signals now, please? Prince, do we have signals now? Okay. So I think I'm done. IB, I'm done. So we go straight to the panel now. Is that good? Is there a network outside those 4 I mentioned? Vodacom, right? Okay. So I think we'll just have to go. Daniel, please confirm if we should go straight to the last session. Confirm from IB at the back. Confirm. Okay, good to go. Good to go. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so please, for social media, ensure that you go on Facebook and Instagram and have this engaging moment. This is what you have to do. Snap a photograph of yourself in the hall and post it. Go to our Facebook and our Instagram page, please. And don't forget to fill out the questionnaire we have on the website, runtowin.org.com/I pledge to vote. Please go online and get that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the moment where we need to have the men and women that will pilot the affairs of Cross River State in few months to come, God willing. If you see that we've had a lot of sessions, and those sessions were able to lay foundation to what we're about having now. This moment is going to be very interesting and very engaging. I want you to please know that the people that you'll be having here are the people that would lead Cross River State next year moving forward, whether the whether the legislature or at the executive arm of government. It is at this point that I would love to, in no particular order, invite to the panel Mr. Patrick Henry Solomon. He is the governorship candidate of the NRM Cross River State. Please put your hands together for Mr. Patrick Henry Solomon. You're welcome, sir. Is that how you clap for the next governor of Cross River State, God willing? Mr. Patrick Henry Solomon, born and raised in Calabar, South local government area, Cross River State. He believes youth have a critical role to play in determining the outcome of 2023 elections. Ladies and gentlemen, the governorship candidate for Cross River State, representing the National Rescue Movement Party, NRM. Again, put your hands together for him. Thank you. And I also love to bring to the panel Mr. Basi Akaba. He is Labour Party candidate for House of Representatives, Odukbangi and Calabar Municipality. Welcome, sir. He is the son of the soil from Odukbangi local government area of Cross River State. He worked his way to the top through diligence and hard work. Two-time chairman, Odukbangi local government area. He is contesting for the Federal House of Assembly, representing Calabar Municipality and Odukbangi Federal Constituency. He is happily married with 4 children. Again, please put your hands together for Right Honorable Basi Akaba. Thank you, sir. And also the last but definitely not the least, we have Mr. Stanley Boise Nsemo, APC House of Assembly candidate, the Calabar Municipality constituency. Please put your hands together for him as he makes his way to the panel. Stanley Boise Nsemo is a native of Calabar Municipality, Cross River State. He has served as the DG of Cross River State Signage and Advertisement Agency. He is presently the DG of Cross River State Electrification Agency. He has held many international and local awards. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, he is also the APC candidate for the Cross River State House of Assembly, Calabar Municipal Constituency. Once again, please put your hands together for him. You're welcome, sir. At this point, I'd love to bring back to the microphone the anchor of this session, the very delectable Angela Inyang. Please put your hands together for her. Thank you.
Good afternoon once again. I hope you guys are doing well. Don't worry. This session, all of you that had questions the last time, this is the time. I'm just going to speak very little and let the rest of you do all the talking. To our panelists, welcome. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing great.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go straight in, but this would be, it's supposed to be engaging, so it's supposed to be them asking you because they will be voting for you, yeah? Okay, so we'll go straight in. Over the years, we have heard people make promises and commitments that have compelled us to go out to vote for them. Most elected officers, however, we have observed, have not held on to their end of the bargain. Now, all three of you sitting here are candidates and you're looking to be voted into office. When the campaign starts, you're going to be making promises. When you go out to campaign, you will tell us, I will do this, I will do this, and I will do this. So the question is, are you going to be able to keep to those promises? We'll start with you, Mr. Patrick Solomon.
Thank you, Angela, for that question. First of all, I would like to begin with, yes, I will be able to keep those promises. Why? Because, first of all, I am not a career politician. I have nothing to prove to anybody except to keep my word. I am going into this purely motivationally to inspire my people and show the ability to create, new capacity with people to fight adaptive challenges. And so with that said, from day one, yes, we can hit the ground running. And yes, we can do what we set out to do because we have a plan to do just that.
Mr. Stanley Simon.
Hello? Okay. Yeah, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Angela. I think the question you've asked is quite important because having been on the street and having interacted with a lot of young people and older people, I think that's the bone of contention that a lot of people have. In the past, politicians from 1999, what they've done was go out and tell us beautiful stories about how they can make us better, how they can make things better, and how they will make things better. And at every point, at every turn, they have found a way to make things worse for us. I remember the country that we had in 1999 and the country that we have today. I think it's a far cry from what we ever dreamed it could be. And I take responsibility, unlike most politicians. I take and I share part of that responsibility because the problem that we have in Nigeria is one that is beyond one person. And that is why my whole campaign is about togetherness. Now, when I say togetherness, what I mean is that there is no way one politician can change in Nigeria. Not one politician. When they come to you with promises, telling you they'll do this, they'll do that, those are all lies. And one of the things I say when I go out on the campaign trail is, our mumu don't do. Abi, your mumu never do. Your mumu never do. Mine has done. In fact, it has overdone. So right now, what I'm saying, I thank God for the Beaver system. Hold us accountable. For those people who come to you and promise you magnificent castles in the sky and tell you they will fix your grandmother's great-great-great-grandmother's home in your village, and yet they've never even been to the village. Hold them accountable. The power to vote and to enthrone and to put people into public offices lies in your hands. Let no one deceive you. Your vote will count. Your vote will count. If it has never counted before, this is the one time when your vote will count. So hold them responsible, engage them. Forget
The answer is simple over the affairs of the Yoruba people for 6 years. And I've also superintended over the affairs. Whatever promise that I give you now, be sure that I will keep to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll come right back to you, Mr. Basi Akuban. How do you suggest we hold our elected officers accountable if they do not represent public interest when they get into office?
Well, before I go to that question, credentials of this person, what are his antecedents? You don't take person to, because a man that is a thief, wanting to become a chairman of local government, cannot give nothing that's stealing your money. A man that is a kidnapper and wanted to be a member of House of Assembly won't give you anything like that. You give what you have. So, and the second thing that our people need to do is that once you evaluate who is giving us this promise, we must vote based on the promise. If the result of the promise is that this man can deliver, please vote based on the promise. Because that's the contract he's giving you. He's giving you a promise, he needs your vote, and he wants to keep his promise. So that's a contract. But in most often time, what we see is, we see promise as normal campaign rituals. You just have to say something, but the people are not going to vote in that direction. The people are going to vote based on what is in your pocket. You understand? So if, for example, I give you a promise and you don't vote me based on my promise, based on who I am, and then you vote based on money, then there's no contract between me and you. So to even start to talk or how somebody now will now keep promises is another issue entirely.
Okay, no,
So,
but when you make the promise, we buy in,
yes.
we vote you in.
Yes.
Based on what you have said you will do.
So that's what I'm saying.
Then you now go in and you don't represent our interests. How do you expect us, that's what I'm asking you, suggest ways that we can hold you accountable
Yeah,
when that doesn't happen?
There's several ways that you can hold a man that you have evaluated and you know that is promised. There's so many ways. But what I'm trying to say is that if you did not vote based on promise, you cannot hold him accountable. If you voted based on money that he brings in on the day of election, there's no contract between you and him. So you can't hold him in the first place. But if you vote based on, your evaluation about who the person is, and then you now have a responsibility now to hold him, then I now come to your question. Are you getting me now?
Yes.
I come to your question. Ways that you can hold, like for example, I have put out the 5 mission statement. For example, I'll put out 5 missions. I have said, 1, that I will speak for you. 2 is that I will ensure that the process of making laws is inclusive, and that I will do through citizens' participation. I'll say the process of oversight will be inclusive. I also say that I will liberate our people economically by putting up a structure in all the units in my constituency. I have said that. So I've given you a statement. I've given you a statement. There's some people that do not have anything to say. So you cannot track them. You cannot
listen, please.
You cannot listen, please. You cannot track them. You can only be able to hold somebody accountable if you heard from him and if he has a statement before being elected, so that you'll be able to track him. So the first thing that you need to do is, first, know what the person saying, and then second, then be able to track the person based on his promise. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. We go on to Mr. No, we go to you.
Okay.
But your question is, if elected into office, yeah, what would you do differently from your predecessors who have held that same position? What are the things that they have done that you think you need to do differently?
I think for me, with all due respect to Right Honorable Basi Akaba, who has been a 2-time member of the House of Assembly in Cross River State, I think the person representing, or the individual, was it 1 time? Okay, 1 time. The person representing Calabar municipality in the House of Assembly, I believe, has not just failed in terms of carrying the people along. Like he rightly said, there needs to be some sort of dialogue, some sort of engagement between the people and the legislators, so that at every point in time, you understand and you can feel the pulse of the people. Whatever laws you are enacting, it is important that they are the reality of the people on the ground as of when those laws are being enacted. It is also important that you communicate with those people. For instance, with a lot of young people, what I do is setting up some sort of youth engagement or youth, call it a youth forum, where I can listen to what their needs are. With the elders, what I do is also set up some sort of engagement with them where I can hear and gain and get advice from them. They can educate me more on things that have been done in the past, things that have worked, and we can also infuse our ideas based on what we know we need as younger people. So I think communication will be one of the things that I would do more for young people and for older people, and trying to erase that barrier between the elected and the people that are actually going to do the elections. It's important for us to understand that I don't like that word promise, because when you say promise, it's almost as if you're saying you're doing something for each individual. Like he said, there's a collective agreement that you have with the people when you ask them to vote for you. They're giving you their mandates, they're giving you their future, they're giving you their hopes, their dreams, their health care, their education. Everything is being handed over to you, and that is not an easy task. That is not an easy task for anybody. So if God willing, I'm put in the House of Assembly, I will make sure that most of the dreams, the realities of the people on ground are my first priority, to make sure. They're very simple things. For instance, let me go into some details so that it's a bit clear. I have a bunch of young people that I've been supporting through primary and secondary school over the years. And I know for sure that education is free in Nigeria to a certain stage. And I wonder why those laws are in the books, but yet you see little children go to school. And recently they told me, after I paid school fees, I had to buy mop, buy broom, buy a whole tissue paper. And I was like, these things are freely given by the government. So, and those laws are in the book. Why can't we prosecute these people? Make an example out of a few. And that is where the corruption even starts, at the classroom level, at the primary school level, where you're telling a child that the government has paid for his education or her education, and she still needs to bring these things, and the teacher knows, but the head teacher doesn't know for some reason. The head teacher is oblivious to the fact that they are using these kids, and they are tasking them 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira. These things are unconscionable. They should not be happening in our society. The fact that young people are sitting down and lecturers are driving, someone made a joke out of it. I felt pained in my soul that a lecturer is driving an Uber cab. If he's doing that because that is what he wants to, that is okay. But in a society like ours, we should not belittle education. That is the backbone of who we are as a people. Healthcare, I can go on and on about the things that have already been provided for by people like Right Honorable Basi Akaba. But the enforcement is not there. And it is the supervisory role of the House of Assembly to make sure those rules are carried out. So they have a blame. And with due respect, he has a blame as well. But we will move forward so that I don't get eaten by the Basi Akaba people. So thank you very much. So I would do that differently. I would listen to people, and I will make sure the laws that we enact are actually enforced. That is what I would do.
All right, thank you. Okay, now to Mr. Patrick Solomon. The question for you is, what agendas would you be tackling within your first 100 days in office?
Thank you for that question. First of all, we can all admit that nothing is working. And so the first thing as priority on my list of things to do would be security, security, and security. First 100 days would mean first 3 months in office, and that would mean nothing can work without security. Without security, nobody is safe. Without security, nobody can do business. Without security, nobody can come and invest. However, I hear all of you. I hear all of you, and I want to say something. You see, I have come to ensure that we change the narrative of leadership in the state. And I can tell you how. You see, where we are as a state, we have debt crisis, security, and all arrays of problems already, happening to us. But through my manifesto and my proposal, I have a 4-point pillar.
Hey, please, let's listen. If you don't listen, you will not get what he's saying.
Please, just give me your ears for 2 minutes. No problem.
He's telling you.
Song, please. Let me stand up and talk to my people. I am seeking your vote in 2023 as your governor. And I know why I am seeking your vote, because we make up 75% of the total strength of the voter population. We have the ability to take this country back. Let nobody deceive you with structure or system. It does not exist. It only exists in the imaginations of people. Let me explain. If I, for instance, I am an NRM member, and I have 100 people in my party, and I have party events every month, that is an NRM structure. That is not a Cross River State structure. We are loyal to Cross River State first, before to any party, before to anyone. Youths of Cross River State, listen and listen very attentively. I have worked very hard to put a 4-point pillar agenda that will take us from where we are to the 21st century. Listen and listen attentively. By leadership, we will be able to put the necessary innovation in place to drive peace and prosperity. I have put everything together. You can follow us, nrm.org. You can follow us on my campaign page, www.unitedforpatsol.org. But please, I want to say one last thing before I leave. No one is coming to rescue us. No one is coming to save us. We are the ones we have been waiting for. And I'm going to end by singing the song. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the one. We are the one. We are the one we've been waiting for. We are the one. Yes, we are. Thank you.
Thank you, panelists. So at this point, I'm gonna throw it open. All of you with all the questions, it is time. Who do you want to ask? What do you want to ask? All right, let's go. Mike, please, can we have the microphone? Can we have a mic, please? The guy over there.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Christian Ian. What's good? Yeah, I have a direct question to the honorable in the middle. When he was invited up, I heard the MC is in charge of electrification in Cross River State. Am I right? Yeah, I want to ask Cross Riverians, our dear youths, are we in that situation in Cross River? We get to buy our transformers even when we have paid for our NEPA bills. And up to a year and 4 months now, like the place I'm living in, we don't have light. And Golden and Zion. And then again, if I'm looking at just 3 days ago, I was at my apartment and NEPA brought bill. They have been calculating bills even when we did not have light. So I don't know what's going on. And we cannot be paying all those things. Currently, my next contribution, and according to the INEC guys that were here, we can, one thing about Nigerian youth is that we cannot go out to vote when there is insecurity. We are allowed to pick our card, right? It's okay to but then again, we cannot be at the polling units where people are paying to buy our voter card. The same people that are first card so that they will vote for their candidates or for their candidates are the same people that will make the voting units not conducive for us to vote. So instead of us tackling the picking of voters card, we are supposed to make INEC cohere with other security institutions to know that the youth, Nigerian youth in general, not only Cross Rivers, Nigerian youth in general are safe to vote. I was opportunity to be in Borno State, so in 2019. Youths went back home and couldn't vote and blah blah blah. At the end of the day, the results still came out and the candidates they wanted still won. So thank you very much. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Electricity.
Ogami, what did you say your name was? Iyan. Okay, thank you very much, Iyan. I think you've asked, if you can sit down. If no one asked that question, I would be frankly very surprised. And not just surprised, I think I'll be a bit disappointed as well. Now, I'm no longer the DG, first of all, but I was the DG up until February last year. So I do have the explanation for what you've just asked. The first problem, let me just educate you a little bit about the electrical sector or section of Nigeria, the way it works. So a few years ago, the federal government decided to create this entities called DISCOs. You have the PHED, you have the eco distribution, you have, I think, Benue and all of that. That was the brainchild of the Jonathan administration. And what they did was that they gave them what you call superpowers. They made them like Superman. In other words, if I install a transformer for you, before I can even power that transformer in that substation, I need to write to PHED. Write to PHED to come and give me permission. And guess what? As soon as I install that transformer, it automatically belongs to who? PHED. After you bought it, or I bought it, or the state bought it, it belongs to them. Now tell me, is that fair? What that does is that it gives them what the Igbo people call a monopoly, an unnatural monopoly. When there is no competition in anything, that is what happens. That is what is happening in Nigeria, because in politics there has been no competition. There has been very unnatural monopolies going on where someone does badly, the person comes back because there's no, like you said, you were in Sokoto, you went for election, you weren't able to vote, you went back to your house, the person they had decided still took the vote. That is the same corruption, endemic corruption that is going on in the PHED. Whereas, even if you take a report as a state electrical agency, we repaired over 30 substations across the state. Some of them have still not been powered as we speak. Because the PHED says, oh, maybe they went there and the person decided that it was raining and one of the bulbs, just ridiculous reasons. Ridiculous. And then fighting battles. I even went to the Consumer Protection Council and brought them to Cross River State. There was a time we had the news all over the place. We brought the Consumer Protection because as long as you have rented an apartment, you inherit the bill from the person who left. That is insane. Absolutely insane. So, but it's happening. It's happening. And recently, the government of President Buhari has started breaking down the PHED and some of all these other discos. And they are trying to do a little bit of work in that sector. I think the power sector is something that has to be properly deregulated. They say it is deregulated. It is not deregulated. It has to be properly deregulated in such a way that you have a decision whether you want to use PHED, EED, FED, CED, CNN, BBC, whichever one you want to use, pick it. The way they were reading out MTN, Glo, Etisalat, that is what we need. We need viable competition in the power sector. And until that is done, my brother, my sister, there is nothing you can do about it.
Thank you very much. Okay, another next question. Okay, sorry, before the question, yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to add to what he's saying. See, the problem here is bad leadership. All these excuses and all that, you understand, is actually a problem of bad leadership, and that is why we are saying that let the people come over and take over powers from these people, and then provide your own leader. All this bottleneck that is counting is actually a bottleneck that is produced by bad leadership in this country. So that's why we have an opportunity now to stand up and throw up leaders that will remove all this, so that we, government, wouldn't hide under the excuses of all these bad policies and all that, because the policies are made by government. So it is important that we need to look at our leadership very, 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 very carefully. Thank you.
All right. Let's get one person from here, from the other, from. So you asked the question the last time. Can someone else ask a question from this side? Okay, go ahead.
Let them all ask.
Please, my question is going to be very snappy. My governor to be, actually, my question will come directly to you, after which my brothers. You see, there is no political ideology in Nigeria. That is quite true. There is no political ideology in Nigeria. That is the reason why when we were talking about godfatherism, I have contested election. I was a House of Assembly candidate of a party. And because I didn't belong to APC or PDP, it was as if I was not a candidate of a party. But INEC admitted my name very well. So, sir, at this juncture now that you are not belong to APC,
please, let's let him speak,
or PDP, how would you bring up your vision? Let the people understand what you mean for us. Because you have a very good idea and a very good opinion for the people, but how to implement it. Two, my brothers of Odukpani, I'm from Biase. Quite well. We have been suffering seriously of boundary to boundary problem. Even as I speak, last month there was a serious fight between Okwa, Otome with our neighboring state. That problem has been there for many years. That problem has been there. Very many people are not eating well because of that problem. Because there is nothing as bad as insecurity. It is better for one to be poor and have a peace. But when there is no peace, it becomes a serious problem. Sir, how would you come? You have been a chairman of that local government. How at this time around would you please to address that issue? Thank you and God bless you all.
Okay, so we start with you, Mr. Solomon.
My brother, I did not get your name, sorry. Sorry?
I am Igobi Kanu Etan. I'm from Biase local government.
Mr. Gobi, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Clearly, if you've heard of NRM here, please lift up your hands. If you have heard of National Rescue Movement before, lift up your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you've heard of the word leadership before, lift up your hands. Okay, we've all heard of leadership. Now, in two ways, I'm going to ask a question. I want a man to answer and I want a woman to answer. What is leadership? In one word, one man. What is leadership? I want a man to answer. What is it? Please, what is leadership? One word. One word, sir. One word. Define leadership with one word. Lead. Woman, female. Equality begins with us. Who is going to, which woman is going to speak? Left, right, anywhere, it doesn't matter. I want one word to define leadership. A female, please. Okay, let me say why I say what I said. It's going to take leadership to take us from where we are to where we want to be. Let me explain. Each of us here has a responsibility to be a leader. Whether it's in your family, whether it's in your church, whether it's at your job, whether it's anywhere you are being called to be a leader daily. Now, there are different kinds of problems that desire and request for different types of leadership. There is technical problems, there is adaptive problems. Technical problems are problems that have been already solved with known solutions. For instance, my car breaks down. If I go to the vulcanizer, it's a technical problem. He will fix it. But if I'm on my way to work, for instance, and I'm at a roundabout, and I hit someone, even though I obeyed the law, now that's an adaptive problem. That adaptive problem is going to require not a technical solution, but an adaptive thinker and an adaptive leader. And who is an adaptive leader? One that has the capacity to build with new people the ability to meet new challenges at every point in time. I see you're enjoying this. Now, my campaign has made it such that we are going to, first of all, address the leadership in the state, which once we address the leadership in the state, it will take us into innovation. Now, with our innovative hat on, we can now think of how to defend ourselves, and once we get peace, then we can now prosper. My people, there's nobody coming to save us. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My brother from Biase did ask a question of the problem between some communities in Biase and some communities in Odukban local government, and I will be speaking for Calabar municipality, Odukban federal government. I'm not new to this, to be honest to you. I'm not new. When I was the chairman of council, like everybody can attest to, I'm always in the middle of so many people. In most times when we go for security meeting, I mean, in the midst of myself alone as chairman of local government and 3 other chairmen, having boundaries with me, so that I'm not new. If you also will recall that even in the floor of the assembly of Akwa Ibom, I spoke on our boundary issues and all that. So if I could go as far as, a state to try to resolve boundary issues between the state, and then how much more that is within the Cross River. So what I'll do is I will get in touch with your community using a member that is from there, because a member is coming from there, Biase Akamba, so I'll get in touch with him. We'll have a meeting, we'll know what is the remote and the root cause of the problem, and we'll see how to resolve that. I am not very new, I'm not new about it, so be rest assured that if I'm elected to speak for Calabar Municipal Federal Constituency, that will be my concern, because it has always been my concern. A few problems that I had with the governments of the day is the government of the day not being, when I was in the House of Assembly, a few people will know, can attest to this, that what I complained more was that we were not doing enough in terms of resolving crises, within the state and outside the state. That's the problem. So I'm not new about that. I will engage if it is something that we need to approach the National Boundary or the State Commission to resolve that, we will do it. So it's all about engagement. We will engage and get that resolved. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any ladies? No lady?
Angela,
Can we have the lady ask the question?
Excuse me, Angela. Let me just.
You want to add to what he said?
Let me just interact.
Okay.
Then don't worry, I don't see you. I'll go straight for you. Let me just interact. I like the way Right Honorable Basi Akaba, in the first instance, spoke about how he wanted them to remove all the bottlenecks from government. And when he was asked a direct question as to what he would do with regards to boundary crisis, even though he has been in office for 8 years or 6 years and then another 4 years, he referred it back to the federal government, back to the same bottlenecks that he had talked about. Now, you must be careful when people are speaking. Politicians speak eloquently. We promise you again so much. This is the substance of who we are as politicians. So as you sit there and you listen to us speak all these amazing rhetorics and grammars and answer your questions, all these things now talk. Now serious talk. If you're asking questions, demand for them to give you the specific answers to what you've asked for. No more federal government to do this, state government to do this. When I enter, I will go to heaven. No. Let them tell us, even me, ask me, what will you do differently? Let me itemize it. Itemize it in a way that you can take home and tell your mother, your father, your brother, your sisters that this is what Nsemo said. Enough. Enough of these grammars and poetry and all these things. If you are not tired, then why are you here? You might as well go sit in your houses and wait for your 5,000 on election day. So ask questions and demand the answers to be answered the way you deserved to be answered. Gentlemen, man, no stand up. They don't be like, say, yeah, they do it, everybody they do. Okay, your answer, your question.
Can we have a mic? Give them.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Prince Bassi. I'm from Bakassi local government. My question goes directly to the governorship candidate there. Sir, we do respect, sir. We have to really understand the situation of security here because most of your issue bounce back on security. In Great Fast State, we have 18 local government, of which Bakassi is one of them, in respect of the international conflict now. So, do you know more about Bakassi local government as the governor of this state coming in? What is your plan for the people of Bakassi? Because you have been suffering this issue for years back. Now, we talk about insecurity. I am here as indigene of Bakassi. In Bakassi, we have two blocks. The mainland Bakassi and the riverine Bakassi. Quite right. The question I was having people when you talk about my stuff. It is not possible that way. There you cannot tell. I am telling you, 2015, 2019, you know what people. No, now we are coming in. Please, as I'm talking to you, I cannot have access as if I'm going to Calabar South, as I'm going to Bakassi now. Why? Because of insecurity. You sit down so you cannot go now, just like that. What is the plan for the people of Bakassi based on insecurity? Two, we have blocks, as I said before. Mainland, the other work riverines. I'm from the riverine side of Bakassi. You know the people, yes. And seeing what had happened, confident of right now. We went for the campaign just of this end now. We placed out poster all over. But in the next 1 second, overnight, you cannot see any poster there because of insecurity there. Now another one is coming up now. Sir, what is your plan? And what do you dream for the people of Bakassi? One, for their own total relocation and settlement of the main Bakassi people. And what is your plan for the next coming year? And now you're about going to election, going for election. How are you going to manage to have a vote from that access of Riverine Bakassi if this situation is still like this? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for your question. As earlier mentioned, my first agendas that will be tackling during my first 100 days in office, top priority of my list is security. And I mentioned security because nothing can function without security. Your business cannot function. You cannot go to work. You cannot stay out late. You cannot do nothing. You cannot transport your goods. You cannot go to farm.
Sir, how would you fix security?
Bros, please, I'm coming. I did not interrupt you. Don't do that again. Now, I'm going to say, there are different ways of tackling security.
One house, please. There are different ways of tackling security, and as we know, security intelligence is not something that's usually disclosed, but I would do, justice to it. I'm coming to run for governor. Please, with all due respect, I've done my homework. For security, we can start by, first of all, educating the public. The public is our number one resource in everything we seek to fix. Our human resource, again, is our number one resource before any other resource. Now, we'll start with educating the masses. For instance, if everybody knew that if you see something, you're obligated to say something, that is a security mantra that will go across not just the state, but across the nation. That is just one off. We have drones, we have surveillance, we have undercover security, we have different means of intelligence. So please, if you expect me to come here and disclose my security plans, with all due respect, I can only just, touch the surface, because it is a security affair. Now, communal conflicts. Communal conflicts are basically caused by small borders, inability to trade successfully, which butters down to security. Again, with the ability to see through the security architecture of the state. Oga Power, hello. With the ability to see through the security architecture of the state, we can tell that we are just doing lip service, because we know what it means to be secure. As a child in this state, I used to stay outside my father's house till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. From Main Avenue, anywhere in car, I did not have a car. I was safe. My mother one day will not go to police station and complain, oh, I'm looking for my child. It never happened. So if you are here today and you feel that it is not your responsibility to ensure that your next leader is your choice, I am very sorry for you. Somebody was dodging a question, how do we hold our leaders accountable? No, nothing was said here. I will tell you how to hold your leaders accountable. There is a framework called the EACH framework, which first of all starts by making sure we are all leaders. EACH. E starts from empowerment. Empower one another. Talk to one another about NRM. Tell them, vote governor. He's a fine man. Don't worry, he knows he's got your back. A stands for accountability. Reach out to them. Tell them, listen, it is our time. It is our moment. We have come of age to hold on to the affairs of the state. Hold each other accountable. That is E and A. Number C, be courageous. In the face of APC and PDP, tell them, we are the ones we've been waiting for. It is our turn. So whether they like it or not, the vote lies with us. The power lies with us. So we give each other courage to vote for one another. Accountability. Now, the final bit of it is humility. Please, don't go and beat anybody to join or vote for your candidate. It's not necessary. Because after the elections, you will still be neighbors, you will still be co-workers, you will still be family, and you will still be friends. Please, let us be humble about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And well, we still seem to have lots of questions, but unfortunately, we cannot take any more questions. We can't take any more questions. We can't take
Please,
any
let's
more.
take a few more. We don't have, I don't think we get this engagement with people.
We
Do you
have
guys
other
want more
things to
questions?
do.
Is this a democracy?
We can't
Do
take
we
any
vote
more
for more
questions.
questions?
No!
And the ayes have it?
No!
And the ayes have it?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, good
We would
afternoon.
love
Good
to
afternoon.
continue, but we can't take any more questions.
My young people, good afternoon. I said, my young people, good afternoon. I beg you, happy so now. They want to clap for ourselves first. Let's clap for ourselves. This is going to be very explosive. All right, sir. Governorship candidate.
Okay.
I want to start with you, sir. My question is very simple. Are you really interested in being the governor? Yes. Or you are coming out to collect something and relax? That is the first question for you. Because I have worked for a candidate that made all of us to sell our faces. I'm going for House of Assembly. We'll carry horse, we'll carry the whole of Calabar. At the end, they will go for bucket. All of us go for it's all right. That is for you. You will answer that question. All right, my honorable man, sir. I just love you. I don't know why. All right, my question is very simple. You said a candidate in the House of Assembly for has failed a lot. Now, since he is not here, can you tell us how he has failed and how you build on that to make a better representation? Also, we can see that in the Nigerian political system, the State House of Assembly is not totally independent in making laws. All support the governor. Now, if you can see recently in Cross River State, when the governor defected to a party, almost everybody followed the governor because they wanted to favor. So if you're in that position now, will you have an interest at heart, or you won't get your own love? So I just want to know, because you're somebody I like. I don't know why I just like you. So I want to know my faith. Yes, I want to know my faith. Then after all this one, before you go come out outside, I will block you. Thank you very much.
My brother, I didn't get your name. Oh. What's your name, sir? Basi Okokon.
Calabar Municipality, Ward 6, Akaifa. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ward 6!
You're welcome. I just like you too. I don't know why. Very, very good question. You know, these are very pertinent questions, because these are the questions that determine sincerity of purpose. My brother, are you not tired? Hold on. My brother, we have a government that does not build road, does not give you water, you don't have lights, you don't have hospital, you don't have anything. I am asking you a question. My brother, please, you have asked question, I'm talking. I am promising you one thing. Basi, we are going to Peregrino. That's all.
So, Mr. Basi, Oga Basi. So for those of you who don't know, just in case you don't, let me tell you why I got a bit excited when Basi said he's from the Great Ward 6. That's my ward in Calabar Municipality. That's why, obviously that's why he has some sort of affinity towards me, and I really recognize and I thank you. You're being a bit biased, but that's okay. It's allowed. The truth, and first of all, let me apologize to him. I interrupted him. That was a bit rude. There is no place for rudeness in life and in politics. We must always carry ourselves the way we want to be carried.
Apology accepted.
That said, it came from a place of an overflow of tiredness. There's an amount of English and rhetorics again, and all these conversations. I've been in the system too long, and I've heard it too often. So when I hear it, it just generates this feeling inside of me. I've been used like you. I have been one of those people that at the ballot box, winning polling units, running around at night, trying to figure out. That was our use. With my own money, say where I carry come from Lagos, now did they use me? They pay me die. So when I hear people speak, and they are not attending to the very essence of what we need, I feel like we have reached a point in Nigeria where we need to interrupt them. We need to interrupt them so that they will not interrupt us. Because what will happen in another 4 years is that we will be interrupted. Your school wants more. Your education, even this security you're talking about, is as a result of unemployment. Nobody that you give a good job to will be standing on the street and doing rubbish. Most of the young people you see here, give them jobs. Give them, they don't want anything from you. They just want an opportunity to fend for themselves. They want an opportunity to make their own living. They don't want, nobody wants to walk around with a politician. and be belittled at every opportunity. Or any girl that wants to go and then before they tell you how you look like, where's that song, your coca body? They'll start talking to you about your body before someone talks to you. We are tired of that. We want to be free. And that freedom can only come, like he said, and like we all said, when you vote the right people. Vote the right people. Again, your vote will count. Vote the right people. And for me, as a municipal person, as a House of Assembly person, I believe that my predecessor, what he has done and where he has failed, which goes to your question, is his inability to feel what the people are feeling. The empathy to understand that there is hunger in the land. And that's it. The only advantage I have across the board is I have empathy. I understand what you are going through. I see it. I feel it. If you come to my house every day, you see it. I see it every day. And I alone cannot solve it. But I will force the searchlight and the spotlight on these issues that if given an opportunity to do so, that is what I will do.
Thank you, my brother in Ward 6. My brother in Ward 6, I want to thank you for that question and observation. Because I was once a member House of Assembly, so I know how it works. I heard my brother saying the man in the House of Assembly has failed, but I do not think that judgment should be by him. I think that judgment should be, from you people, the electorate. I've had cause of speaking in a forum like this, and somebody asked me that you are contesting election with a tar and a dum, and what do you think? I said, the good thing here is that the voters, the electorates, knows me, knows all of these people. They know where we were, they know which office that we held and what we did. So the evaluation is going to be more of them, and then they will be able to vote based on their evaluations. I do not think we have the right to say this man failed, but I think the people have the right to say whether he failed or succeed. So I don't want us to sit down here and say the other person failed. You'll be very biased in your opinion. You allow the electorate to evaluate all of us and then to vote. Our emphasis more is, please, evaluate us, whatever evaluation reports that you have, vote based on that evaluation report. The good news here again is that my brother Stanley has been in office, and Efa also has been in office, so you can evaluate them and vote who is best for us. That's number one. Number two, please be careful with these people who are carrying the ticket of a party in government. Be careful with them. You need to be very careful, because this government will make sure they go in. And if they go in, they will be loyal to these same people. I've been in the House of Assembly, I tell you for free. I've been in the House of Assembly too. I was a leader of the integrity group in the House of Assembly. Part of the problem that I had to leave the party because I couldn't, cope with what is going on in government. I have queried the government severally on several occasions. I have raised issues about government on several occasions. And because of that, the government do not like faces like ours. And that's why we needed to leave them. So all these people who are coming and carry tickets of party in government, you need to be careful with them. They will come with all kinds of stories. And when you put them in, when the party or the governor moves to another party, they will also move. They will move. I can assure you they will move. They won't speak straight to the governor. You understand? Because the governor is the one that selects them. And that is why I keep saying that, look, what you need to do as people is to take over the selection power from these people. Take over. You have given them this selection power for long. Take over. When you take over, we will be loyal to you. If it is the governor or whoever that gives you the office, they will be loyal to the governor, no matter what you say. So take over the power from these people. That's the only way that we will be safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for... No question. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. You have heard what they have said. They have heard what you have said. They've heard some of your concerns. But just so you know, these are some of the people that you'll be voting for. So when you go out to cast your vote on election day, two more questions. Really?
Okay, no problem. Let's have it. Let's have it. Just give it to her. Just give it to her. No problem. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. After this, no more. Sorry. We'll soon be out. Hang on. Just hang on. Okay, no problem. Let me just ask this once, yeah? For Stanley Semo, if you're elected into office, how will you contribute to change the current rubber stamp House of Assembly?
See, my God get us in the work. You see that question? That question has given me an opportunity to answer what my guy here has just said. I like it when people speak with, you both call them sanctimonious spirits or utterances. What that means, what that one means is that when you extricate yourself, when you take yourself out of a situation as though you are not part of the problem. From 1999, they have been ruling us. All of a sudden, he's sitting down here acting like he doesn't know where he went wrong. It is the truth. From 1999, chairman twice, House of Assembly, but now, all of a sudden, he's not part of the problem. So, let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. You see, I'm being real because I deal with a lot of young people. And they ask me these questions in private. They even ask me worse questions in private. My answer to you is this. The reason why I left the party that I was in and came into the party that I am in was because I was suffocated. This English don't tire me. Suffocated, thank you. I was suffocated in that party. What that meant was that they had created a system where if you are not part of their cabal, you are not allowed to move or operate or talk. And that is what has happened. That is why you've seen them continuously from 1999 till now. And we are tired. Even if the person wants to come and try something different. See, a Yoruba man defines foolishness as doing the same thing over and over. So if we've done these people over and over, our mumu never do. Come on about it now. Are we serious? Why are we sitting down here making all this noise? We're having all these conversations and being so eloquent about it when the problems are deep. The only thing I can tell you that when I enter into the House of Assembly, what I will do is that I will speak for the people. And when I can no longer speak for the people, I will leave. Not to another party, not to another thing. I will leave and join the opposition and start fighting. But for now, let me attempt to speak for the people, at least for once.
All right, thank you. The next question is for Mr. Patrick Solomon. So the Ministry of Works has more or less... Ministry of Works, this is something that is affecting all of us. So Ministry of Works has more or less become moribund. What will you do specifically to revive it? And the state library is an eyesore. What would you also do to fix or change the current narrative?
One house, please. Can two work together unless they agree? Can two work together unless they agree? All right. We don't only have a non-working library. We have a non-working government. We have a non-working government in that it's not only the Ministry of Works that is dead. I want to say something. Please vote for me. And let me tell you why. Now, we have redundant ministries, departments, and agencies. We have ghost workers. We literally have things that are taking your place, taking your commonwealth, taking your future and that of your children. But you are sitting down here and praying for 10,000. Let me break down 10,000. The verdict is out. If I give you 10,000 today, it's been broken down. It's 7 naira a day for 4 years. Can 7 naira do anything for you in one day? So please, let me say something. Let me say something. All right? I'm not a career politician. I don't have any background in politics. I am here solely out of love for my people. Solely. Nothing more. And for that sincerity of purpose, I want to make it clear that my 4-point agenda is not rocket science. It is leadership, which will lead to innovation. Let me break down what innovation means. Creativity, which will now propel us into peace through security that will now create an enabling environment for investors and investment, which will take us to prosperity and bring back our people's paradise. Please support me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have too many questions. We can unfortunately not take all those questions today. At this point, we'd like to wrap up this session here. Can we all put our hands together for our panelists?
So just 10 seconds each for the last words, Angela.
Okay, we'll take your last words and we will close. So we will begin with you.
Okay, thank you very much. But let me just raise a few observations here. I am of the Labour Party, but I was surprised my party leadership are not part of these events. I'm just putting up to the organizers that next time, Labour Party is the movement in this country. Yes, we are obediently useful. It's a movement in this country, and there's just no way, and they are preaching, and the obedient preaching is that we need to do the right thing in this country. We need to do the right thing in this country. And for the organizer, there's no way you can, because I do not think this is a talk show. I think that at the end of the day, something will come out of what we are doing here. Something that will going to help our election process, something that is going to help us. So please, our people, our youth, if the people bring money, it is the money that they are supposed to give you roots, They were supposed to give you light, electricity. They are just bringing a fraction for you. If you can collect and do and vote your conscience. If you cannot collect like us, vote your conscience. It is your money. The money that they have piled for so many years that they want to bring. People like us could be seen as people that could deliver. But because you think that they don't have money, but we'll give them a shocker of their life in this election. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Stanley Nsemo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our mumu don't do.
Mr. Solomon.
Dear Cross Riverians, as we leave this place today, I want to make sure that I have passed a message. Please, if you have passed this message successfully, please join me and sing. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we are. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. Today we are all pledging to vote, so let's keep to that promise and go out and vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Please put your hands together for all the candidates that came out for this very engaging session. Please put your hands together for them, and also my very dear anchor. You did a great job, Angela Young. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick Salomon. Thank you, Mr. Basi Akaba. Thank you, Mr. Stanley Nsemo. I'm sure you know it's been a rewarding session, right? It's been a rewarding session. In the next 10 minutes, we'll be leaving here. Now, for those of you that came here, the first 50, you have something special. Please make sure you don't leave. And also, we have food for everybody. So just sit back as we do a closing thought on a video that is less than 1 minute. And we also hear from Mr. Sukwo Ekpenyong Jr. So let's sit back, take a 3 minutes video, and then in 5 minutes we do a wrap so that we can call it a day on this segment. Thank you. Media, please. Please take a look at this video. Take a look at this video. Don't go out, because if you miss...
This is no country for young people.
Shine your eyes.
Look around you.
What kind of leaders do you see?
The people leading you, do they look like you?
Waiting they worry you to say they worry them.
It doesn't really matter where you're coming from.
We all face the same problems.
Anything for the voice.
Show me your phone. See me in my office.
Put the ransom money there.
On grown no men, I be no grown men.
No vex. You don't have money.
Up Nepal.
We must build a Nigerian political class
That will look like Nigeria and are ready to fix our problems.
It is time to end our culture of manage am. It don't do.
It's enough.
Enough!
Enough!
Ozugo.
Yaisha.
It's in our power. Let's run to win.
Thank you very much. Could we just do back to back the keynote address from...
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Men and women, my name is Atuku Ben, the APC senatorial candidate for Cross River South. I thank you for this opportunity to speak with you, or to speak to you. Unfortunately, I had pressing engagements and I was unable to make it back in time. The Electoral Act has made for a credible and a transparent elections in 2023. The BIVA's accreditation system ensures that only voters that are verified can vote. The direct transmission of results from the polling units to the servers ensure that there is no manipulation or change in the results after it has been declared at the polling unit. I think that we are on the cusp of a generational change in Nigeria. Tomorrow's date is the 1st of October, 2022. It's auspicious because that is our Independence Day. An Independence Day that was fought long and hard by young men and women who were determined to make Nigeria great. I say on the eve of our independence anniversary, I ask that you take a vow and a commitment to yourself and to this country, to ensure that you participate in the electoral process for 2023, not just for the presidential level, but at the gubernatorial level, the senatorial level, the House of Reps, and the State House of Assembly, to ensure that you vote for credible people who will represent you, who will make Nigeria great.
The senatorial candidate from the All Progressives Congress, Southern Senatorial District. Okay, media, do we have the pledge now? I pledge to vote. Do we have it? Please, could we have it on the screen now? Could we have it on the screen? I pledge to vote. Angela, please, quick, I need your attention here. I need your attention here, Angela, please. Do we have the pledge? I pledge to vote. Do we have it, please? Do we have it? Okay, please could we rise? Please could we all rise? We rise and do this, and then we sit back for 2 minutes. Please, could we just take a look at this? 1, 2, go. I pledge to exercise my franchise. Can we say together, let's go back from top. Can we take your hand on your chest? 1, 2, go. I pledge to exercise my franchise, to stay committed to knowing my representatives, to support the candidates that will serve the interests of our common good, and play my part in appending my thumb on the ballot box to help them win. So help me God. Please, you may be seated. Thank you very much. Let's take just a few housekeeping details before we call for the vote of thanks. Just sit down for just 1 minute. Let me quickly inform us that you have to fill that form on our website. Just sit down, please. Just sit down. You have to fill that form on our website, and it is www.runtowinorg.com/I pledge to vote. Please ensure that you go there and fill that form. And secondly, follow our pages. Now, the first person that will follow our pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you have airtime. You have plenty gift. And also, this information is coming from the Madiba Foundation, where you could interact with us at www.madibafoundation.org/join-us. And also organizing info frontline. So ensure that you please continue this conversation on our website. Okay. So let me now invite the rep of Run to Win, my sister, my friend Iboku, to please do the vote of thanks. Thank you. Please put your hands together for her. The rest of you just sit back. Shortly, we are going to have a refreshment.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining the program today. We do not take that lightly. On behalf of Run to Win organization, we want to thank all our partners, starting with Madiba Foundation, CJID, MacArthur, and I can't remember the last one. But thank you, everybody, for joining today. We do hope you've got enough value. We encourage you to go out and vote. On the day of the election, please go out and vote. Thank you. We want to thank the entire team, the planning committee. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We do not take this lightly. This is the one we're doing in Calabar. The next one is going to be in Lagos. And we look forward to seeing the change at the polls. Please remember, you are the change that you've been waiting for. And please take advantage of it. Thank you, everyone. My name is Ibukun, and I am the program manager of program Run to Win. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Iboku. Thank you for that vote of thanks. So, moving on, could we rise as we take the national pledge? Then the first 50 people, I have your names. The first 50, I'll call your names, and you get something from us, okay? So, just to encourage the early birds, okay? Please, could we rise? National pledge, do we have it? Please, could we put it on the screen? Could we rise for the national pledge? Thank you. That's our closing prayer. That's going to be our closing prayer. So, I'll call your names, but for those of you that will just sit back, get something, your food is at the back there. Could we have the, okay, are we ready? 1 to go. That's our prayer. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to save Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Amen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an amazing afternoon. I'm sure you've enjoyed yourself real good. So let me quickly call out the first 50 that came out. They will get something. You're going to have something right now. And I don't know how. So sis, I think you stand this way. Can we have Uba Faith Otu? Uba Faith Otu. Is Uba here? Please step forward. Uba is using Airtel. And Uba has got 500 Naira recharge card. Airtel, see? This Airtel. Uba, what are your last 3 numbers? 1677. Fine, okay, fine. Come and take your congratulations to you. Can we have Charles Ode? Charles Ode, okay. Charles Ode, what network do you use? What's your last 3 line? 0, okay, fine. 905. Okay, come and take now. Come now. 500 now recharge card from Run to Win. Congratulations. Mayo Ojong Mayo. Maya, what are your last 3 numbers? Fine, come and take it. 886. Agu Gladys. Agu Gladys. Is she here? Okay. Agu, what network are you using? What's your last two numbers? 422. Okay. Congratulations. Jonah I. Jonah I. Where is Jonah? Jonah I. Okay. Jonah, what's your network? Come now, come.
No fear, waka come,
what are
waka
your
come.
three lines? Your three last numbers? 931, correct. Igobi Kanu Etam. Okay. Okay, what network do you use? What that I like, last three lines? 22, fine. Oga was here gingering very well. Oga came very early and he needed to. Thank you, Oga. Okay, Abung Lovina Banku. Is she here? Please come. You know, for the early birds. For the early birds, your last three lines. Last three numbers, rather. Thank you, sir. Eh? Okay, yes. Ofre Elizabeth Oze. The last. Okay, 652, correct. Okay, Kaje Richard. Is it Kaje or Kate? I beg. What am I saying here? Okay. Okay, Kate Richard. Is she here? So we just, Kate is not here, so I'll just tick it. Where is Kate? Okay, Ako Michael Ebuta. Ako Michael Ebuta, is he here? What's your line, sir? 239, fine, 239, correct. Roland Asukwo. Roland Asukwo. Asukwo Robson. Asukwo Robson. Is Asukwo Robson here? Irandu. Is it Eric? Irandu Eric. Eh? Come now. Okay, Randy. Randy Eric. Okay, fine. 234. Fine, I've seen it then. MTN. Okay. His name. Okay, Irandi Francis. Okay. What network, sir? Your last 089. Okay. Congratulations. OB Happiness. OB Happiness. Okay. This one came with our little politician. What's your last three numbers? 690. Fine. Ando Anaka. Okay. Gift 350. Okay. Joseph Eta. Joseph Eta. Your numbers, your last. Okay, 333. Okay. Derek Odu. Please step forward, sir. Derek, your last three lines. Okay, sir. Nduma Ambless Favor. What are your last line? No, hang on, no mind. What are your last line? The last numbers. No, you're not the one. What's the last numbers? 451. That's the best of them. You're not here, sir, please. Favor 451. Please give. I'm on 18. I'm on 19 now. Just hang on. Yes. Sir?
Let me see. Show me your ticket. What's the number?
Okay, Doris. Chiana, is it Chianaka? What's your last line? 785, Airtel. I think that should be Airtel. Edem Itu, Edem Itu. What's the last 3 lines? No. You're not the one. I know the Itu. I know Itu had stepped out. Uso, Anthony, Patrick. Okay, Edem is here. As I know I know a guy Edem. MTN. I said because I know it too. Uso, Anthony. Your last digits, huh? 9942. Okay, correct. 9942. Okay, they follow this list. Don't worry yourself. I see them and I never enter Mukbao. Nelson Henshaw. 24 in Yang Mforobasi or Udwak. In Yang, your last 425. Okay, 425. Airtel. In Yang Utibe A. Your last number, sir? 289. Airtel. 500 naira recharge card. Efium Edet Ayo. Is he here? Please, sir, come. What are your last digits? 74. Okay. Okay, Roland is here. Please give Roland. Roland Asuko. 70 years, I know. Roland Asuko. Yes. Asuko Robson. What's it? Everybody, what's the last digit? No, that's your brother's own. I don't know. I've given for that. Yes, 3507. Correct. They came in together. I needed to get the last. I'm coming, sir. Okay, shall we've given to if you made it, Ayo. Oga Monday. Oga Monday. Where is Oga Monday now? Oga Monday, Papa. In a message, Udom Udo. In a message, Udom Udo. What are your last digits? 70. Okay, fine. Please give to Idong. In a message. 70. MTN. Asukwo Edet Parika. Your last digits are. Okay, 380. MTN, right? Is it? You know there. Edom, is it Edom Dagbong Elvis? Okay. Here we are. 30. What are your last 3 numbers, sir? 355. Network, sir. 9 mobile. Okay. Is it Ipaka Ruth Onye Nechi? Ipaka Ruth Onye Nechi. Prince Basi Mpeti. Your last digit, sir? 728. What network? MTN. Okay. Igigio Edward. Is it Abumaye? Igigio Edward. What's your last 3 digits? 468. Okay. So we are done with 33. Let's go now to 34. 177. MTN. Okam. Basi Kingsley. Basi Kingsley. No, he's coming. I've seen him. Sir, what's your line? Your numbers? Your this thing? 020 Glow. Ekpabe Juliet. Ekpabe Juliet. Ekpabe, your last 4 numbers. Okay, 406 Airtel. $38.